Our US correspondent, Ketivan Gorjestani, she's on the line now. Ketivan, what do you make of President Biden's statement? Because, in effect, he's saying that the United States took the risky option in an attempt to minimize civilian casualties.
Yes, and that is really a very important point, because over the past few months, the U.S. has come under fire for not taking enough precautions to protect civilian lives. Remember, of course, that strike in Kabul that killed 10 innocent Afghans in a strike that was actually pretty much a mistake. So the Americans have been undergoing a review of the Department of Defense in order to prevent those civilian casualties. And so you saw in this operation that they went through every process. At least that's what they say. We had a briefing with a senior administration official that said that this operation was months and months in the making. Then they had a very overarching briefing with the president back in December, where they really presented all the options, talked to him about what that building looked like, and the fact that the target was living in a residential building where there were people, civilians, that had nothing to do with the terrorist target. And so they gave him some of these options. And as you said, the U.S. president chose to take the raid option as opposed to, for example, an airstrike that would have been less dangerous for American forces, but could have brought civilian casualties. The final go-ahead was given by President Biden on Tuesday morning, and the U.S. forces who did that raid actually called ahead to try to get especially one family that was living on the first floor of that building, to get them out of that building before that raid happened. The president insisting that there were some casualties, including possibly children. They're not giving any actual numbers, but what we heard from the senior administration officials is that all the casualties that were there were the result of the terrorists, the terrorist, the target, for example, blew himself up with his wife and children. There was also a lieutenant apparently on the second floor who barricaded himself, but the U.S. insists that no civilians died at their hands. They're still undergoing a review of this operation, but right now that's the position of the Americans, that they did everything they could to avoid civilian casualties, and they feel like they succeeded to do that.